Hey everyone, RJ here with CV Tech, and today I'm going to do a speed test comparison between the LG Stylo 4 and the Alcatel 3V. This comparison here is being done because these phones are similar in a lot of ways. So let's just go ahead and see which one can outperform the other in this speed test comparison. Okay everyone, so we got these phones here set up now, ready for testing. Now these phones, like I said, they remind me of a lot of each other. I mean, this phone here seems to be a little, just a fraction wider than this phone right here, but the screens look equally good. The phones feel the same. The back of the phones here, they feel almost identically. You got the dual camera here, fingerprint. They look a lot alike and they feel a lot alike. So that's why I wanted to kind of do this comparison here on the two devices. So I'll go ahead and check out some CPU-Z, see what we have going on in here. So on the Stylo 4, we do have the 1.51 gigahertz MediaTek MT6750 octa-core processor with a Mali T860 GPU with a 6.2 inch Full HD 1080 by 2160 with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage. Now here we have the 1.44 gigahertz quad-core MediaTek MT6735 with a Mali T720 GPU. We have a 6-inch device here at full 1080 by 1920. However, I do believe that would also be 1080 by 2160. Has 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of storage. So half the storage here than on the Stylo 4. So let's go ahead and look at some Geekbench scores. Okay, so as you see here, it's pretty close on single core score, but the Stylo 4 wipes it multi-core with 669 single core score and 2736 multi-core score here on the LG Stylo 4, and 648 single core score and 1835 multi-core here on the Alcatel 3V, 8.1.0 Oreo on the Stylo 4, and 8.0.0 Oreo here on the Alcatel 3V. Go ahead and clear everything out here just like this. And we will go ahead and get in with this comparison starting now. That was even. Let's go ahead and get into YouTube. That was the Stylo 4 calculator. Stylo 4. Let's go into calendar. That was the Stylo 4. Let's go into the clock. That was, I think, barely the Alcatel 3V. Google Plus. That was barely the Stylo 4. Let's go into the camera. And I want to say that was the Alcatel, but I could be a little bit wrong. Let's go into Amazon Shopping. It's going to be close, but the Stylo 4 took it. Let's go into Instagram. That was even. Let's go into the Play Store. Pretty even there as well. Let's go into settings. That was barely the Alcatel 3V. Let's go into Snapchat. So open a bit slower here on the 3V. Press it at the exact same time, but it's starting up first here, or it's actually responding first here on the Stylo 4. So that's the way it is. Let's go into Twitter. It's going to be the Alcatel 3V that took that. Let's go into Netflix. That was the Alcatel 3V, took that there. Let's go into Temple Run 2. This is where I believe the Stylo 4 is going to just take off with the multi-core being higher. But, will it make it a landslide or will it just barely beat it out? I don't know, but according to this here, I do believe that it's going to open up a lot faster there on the Stylo 4. Is it like, forever ahead? Nah, but it is noticeably faster here on the Stylo 4. So go back home here and we'll go ahead and go into Subway Surfer and see what happens here. So I expect the same results. I believe it's going to be faster on the Stylo 4, but these phones remind me a lot alike. but you can tell that with that more powerful processor, the more powerful MediaTek processor here in the Stylo 4, it's showing it definitely in the games. For everyday usage, the Alcatel 3V does a good job, but when it goes into gameplay, you can see it really slows down a lot. So we'll go ahead and cut those off there, go into dead trigger. I will not do a reopening of apps because basically they're going to open a few apps and then there's going to be problems with reloads. So you see right here, we'll actually go ahead and play this game on both of these devices to see which one is smoother. So let's go ahead and go with the LG Stylo 4 first, and we'll play for a second here just to see how it does feel. Now this is not a very graphic intense game, but it is a good game to see just how smooth it is, and it just feels very responsive and very smooth. And I can't say it enough that the screen on the Stylo 4 is just a very, very nice display. As a lot of LG displays are. Most of them do look good. I mean, even 480 displays on some LG phones look really good. So this one here does look very, very good as well. So just kind of mowing these zombies down here and just showing them who's boss. Mowing these old zombies down. Alright, so there we go, right there on that phone. Now we'll go ahead and go to the Alcatel 3V, and this one here just feels like it's a longer phone for some reason, but don't feel quite as wide. So yeah, it's what it is. Let's go ahead and get this here playing up. So pinning around here, I do see a few more little frame drops, but it's really nothing like terrible. But I can tell that it's not quite as smooth as the Stylo 4. And so this turn here will tell, not too bad. So depending around here is not quite as smooth, but it's definitely not going to hinder your gameplay on these, smaller games like this. I mean, it does still seem to work pretty well without really hardly any hiccup, really any issue. You can still play just as good on here as other phones. But of course, the graphic intense games is where you're really going to be able to see a major difference. So that was just kind of a little bit of a game test there. Small game test. I'll do more thorough game tests on both phones at a later date. But that was the speed test there between the Alcatel 3V and the LG Stylo 4. So let me know what y'all think. This is an unlocked device, of course, against a Boost Mobile device. But I only done this because they're very similar. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about these two phones. If this was helpful and informative at all, hit that like button. Any questions, leave it below, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and I would really appreciate it. Hit that bell for further notifications. That'd be awesome. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.